Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have two, and I mean two, brand spanking new Bestechmans to share with all of you guys and gals. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm going to get into this one first because I'm really excited. I just looked at the pictures. Pictures don't do them justice, but leave me a comment down there. Say something positive. Tell me how you're doing today. And as always, there will be links and discount codes and all that stuff down below in the linked comment or the pinned comment and in the video description where you could see all these knives. Are you ready? This is the Bestechman Cicada's wing. Would you look at it? Just look at it. All of its Cicada's wingness, and it's, oh my gosh. Whoa, let's get in here and take a look at this. It's a resin, and that is very sweet. It's so shiny. It's extra shiny. Oh my gosh. It's kind of hard to show you with my lighting because it's so reflective. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is a sweet colorway. You can see right inside here where you have the Omega spring, which is very nice, very, very nice. Look at that. Kind of has a bluish and a greenish hue. And there are at least 4, I think 4 or 5 new variants with this resin. That is very cool. Now let's see. It does have a reversible clip, which is very nice, very, very nice. And it has a lanyard hole. And let's see, what do we have back here? Do we have okay, we have a couple back spacers. And all right, without any further ado, you ready to see this blade? Pow, right in the kisser. Oh yeah, look at that. Man, that is a deep, rich hue. My lighting doesn't do it. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That shows you some of the color. That is, oh my goodness. This one you almost have to see in person to appreciate the color. Like, it even has sparkles. The inside of it is sparkly. I don't even think I'm able to show you that just because like the lighting does not. Okay, you see in there where we have some sparkles going on? Wow, that is shagadelic if I've ever seen it. It's such a deep color. Okay, enough about the color. You can see that the colorway is very, very cool. It's just not highlighted very well in my video. So let's see, left and right, up and down. It is solid. I'm not getting any wiggle or blade play or wibble wobble. That's very nice. You're going to be able to sharpen it no problemo because it's, wow, your plunge grinds, it disappears up in here. So you're going to be able to sharpen that all day long. Let's see, where's the stop pin hit? So the stop pin is going to hit right inside here. If you look, it's going to hit at the bottom of the blade at about right there. So let me see if I can make a mark on it to show you how far that stop pin is going to hit. And what I mean by that is the stop pin is going to hit up in here about right there. So you're going to have a lot of room to sharpen before it gets to a point like that high where it's hitting the stop pin. This part right here, and I know I'm taking a long time, I'll speed up, is going to hit your stop pin right there on the back of the blade. So that's something to keep in mind if you sharpen your knife every other day and you're going to take a lot of steel off of it. This is very lightweight. Let me give you a couple quick size comparisons and numbers. So from tip to tail, this bad boy's coming in at 7.2 inches long. Your blade is 3.2 inches long, and then you have 3 inches of sharpen length. Your handle is right there at the 4-inch mark, and let's see how tall this here blade is. The blade is, what is that? About just over 1 inch. So it's over an inch tall. Now, one thing that's very cool is this looks like a very fancy, expensive knife because just the way this handle is, but it's a resin, and then your blade steel is 10CR15 MOV, so this is actually an affordable knife. It's going to be in the 50s, which is very nice. It looks like a very expensive knife in person, I'll tell you that. So this is the CJRB Pyrite Light, and then we have the QSP Penguin, because everybody needs a penguin, right? So yeah, it's a medium-sized knife. We'll check out the ergos here in just a segunda, and here's the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock. And then last but not least, the Drop Bear version 2. So that gives you an idea. You hopefully will have one of those knives and then you'll know what the size is looking like. Now, my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. Let's see how the ergos feel on this dude. Let's see. Giving it a little bit of squeezing like I'm doing some cutting. So I'm noticing something which is not bad, but it's something to mention that I can see or feel is that I can push a little bit on the center It's not a big deal. It's not any kind of deal breaker or anything. And looking on the inside, let's see, do we have liners? I'm not seeing that we have liners, so that's going to be why, which is that's adding to the lightweightness of it. All your metal parts are up here, and this is not going to be an adjustable. And let's see how it feels. It is very smooth. The operation is very smooth on it. And I do want to give you a quick weight, because that's another factor. So far, unless we find something wrong, this is going to be a fantastic EDC knife just because of the lightweightness, and I like the blade. It's coming in at 2 ounces. Did I not tell you it was lightweight? And if you really wanted to round it up, you could make it 2.1 ounces. All right, let's see how this operates. Oh my. Oh my. Yo. This is very, very cool. Oh my gosh. It operates so smoothly. And reverse flick, wow. This is not a super hard spring on this crossbar lock. It's easy. I can actually manipulate it just with my index finger. And it does have nice grip on it, so it grabs your skin. See there? Dude, this is a sweet knife for less than 60 bucks. It feels really good in the hand, and it has a reversible clip, which is very nice. Dude, this is, I did not expect it to be this cool. I like it. Let's see, the jimping is moderate. It's not really grabbing my skin, so the jimping is almost more aesthetics than it is purposeful, because my thumb just kind of slides on there, but it's not the end of the world. I do have a really good grip on it, and I like that taller blade, and you're going to be able to do precise cuts or opening packages, all the things that we do with our everyday carry knives. Dude, okay, enough said. I really like it. I think this is worth the money for what you get and for all the cool designs and the colors that you get. That is very sweet. All right, now let's check out the next one. I'm really excited about that one. That is a cool knife. You know, a lot of these I put in my giveaways. That one I might hold on to it for a little bit, because that might be one I end up gifting a couple relatives for Christmas, because that one's pretty sweet. All right, this is the Bestechman Firebird. Would you look at it? Just look at it and all of its Firebirdness. And this one has a little bit of texture. See if I can get you in there for a little bit of texture vision. Has very, very nice texture on that G10. This is the kind of texture I like. You're not going to drop it. And it has a reversible clip, a deep carry reversible clip. Do have a couple mushrooms growing in the shade, but there is a lot of room in there to get that onto your pocket. Let me try it on my pocket real quick. And yeah, I have khakis on right now, because you can see that the lip isn't super tall. So they have all this room up here, but then the lip isn't real tall. So if you have jeans on, it might be one of those ones where you stretch your pocket to get it onto your jeans, and it feels nice. All right, you ready to see this blade? See if we can reverse flick it. Pow! Right in the kisser. Ooh, yeah. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. This dude is, oh wow, this is less than $45. This is like $44, unless I have a discount, and that might even be cheaper. So we have 2 knives, less than 50 bucks, which is very exciting. The blade steel on this dude is D2. That's what's helping making it a cheaper price. So let me see. We have a really nice looking satin grind. And then on the flat, coming out here, the flat is a nice looking stone wash. A stone wash. And then how about the jimping? The jimping is also moderate jimping. It's not super skin grabbing. My finger just kind of gliding across it. We'll check out the ergos here in just a second. And you're going to be good to go to sharpening, for sharpening. And it looks like we have a usable choil area up here, which is very cool. All right. And it is a plunge lock. Let me show you that. Now, if I just barely press it, it's not disengaging. It's just half disengaging. I have to press it all the way in, which is a good thing, to get it to disengage. And let's see. This is what your button looks like sticking out past the scales when it's open, and then when it's closed, this is what it looks like. So when it's closed, that button is flush. If not, maybe a hair, a millimeter. Okay, I'll just show you. See, the button is flush. Okay, and then this dude right here is also the same story as the last one, but if you look inside here, this spot right here is coming around and hitting the stop pin, but way up top. That's good. So you're not going to have any issues with sharpening with this dude. Now, we already see that the finish looks really nice on it. Left and right, up and down. I'm getting about a 1 out of 10. 1 meaning I can feel a little bit of movement. Now, if I just do it normal, I don't feel any movement. I'm putting pressure on it. I am actually gripping it and torquing it to feel anything. So just going like this normally, it feels rock solid. So there's no issues with that. Now, let me give you a couple quick numbers. And I'm kind of excited. I think the ergos are going to be really good on this one. This one is coming in at 7.9 inches long. Your blade is 3.5 inches. Your sharpen length is just about 3.2 inches. Your handle, 4.3 inches for the handle. And your blade height, let's check that out. Let's see what that is. Just a hair under 1 inch. Now, you already know the size of my hand, right? So let's check out the ergos on this dude. Just holding it in the regular grip. Yeah, that's pretty good. I thought that pocket clip was going to be an issue, but it's not bothering me. Okay, it must have been just the right amount of placement. This is what they did that was smart, was they moved it in just a little bit. If they had had this pocket clip all the way out here, that pocket clip would have been a hot spot, but they moved it in a little bit, which saved them. And then, yes, you can, oh yes, yes. What actor is that? That was a bad impression. You can, oh, okay, all right, very nice. Now, what am I feeling, giving it the Beez squeeze, if I'm bearing down in the hammer grip, you know, pushing through some cardboard, what am I feeling? This is the only thing, and it's not that bad. They did a nice chamfer at the edge of the chamfer right up here. I can just kind of feel that edge. This isn't any kind of deal breaker thing. I'm being descriptive so you know what it's going to feel like. I can feel the transition from that chamfer to the top where the G10 starts. That's about the only thing that is bothering me. There's no hot spot. I can tell the pocket clip's back here, but it's set in just enough to make it to where it's not a hot spot. And I do like that I can get right up here behind the heel to do some slicing or cutting. Now, the action, let's see. That button action is very, very smooth. And the reverse flick is just like you would expect it. Now, here's something that I'm noticing that I like, is that you have to fully commit to that button. If you just barely press it, it's not going to just close. You have to push the button all the way down, which I appreciate for a plunge lock. So reverse flicking is good. Can you, yeah, you can actually open it with your thumb. A lot of times the thumb hole, you can't even use the thumb hole to get it open, right? So that's very nice. I think for the price point, this is a great everyday carry. And I bet it's coming in super light. We'll get a quick weight on it and then we'll wrap it up and tell you what I think about both of them, which I think you already know. This dude's coming in at 3.3 ounces. Another lightweight knife. 2 ounces, 3.3 ounces. Very, very nice. Very impressive. Two very nice knives under $50 from Bestechman. Very impressive indeed. Let me know what you think about them. I like them both. I'm impressed. Sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of Bestechman. It always depends on the knife, right? I'm not the fan of every knife from every company ever. It always depends. So I'm always up in the air. What's it going to be like? But these two, yeah, absolutely. My favorite is definitely the crossbar lock. That's a stronger lock for the kind of cutting that I like to do, but just for an everyday carry, you know, to open up regular packages of Twinkies or Doritos or whatever. By the way, that's how one of the ways I know my knife's sharp, when I can go through Mylar and it just slides through. But I'll stop talking. You get the idea. There's several versions of both. You can go check them out. On your screen, there's going to be a couple videos pop up. Those are new knife releases, videos I just released. Go check them out. Watch them all the way through. Do me a favor. But until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.